gospel community is grappling with a profound shock following Tamela Mann's heartbreaking revelation. This cherished singer, whose soulful voice has uplifted countless hearts, is navigating an intensely personal tragedy that has left her and her fans in disbelief. A recent, devastating loss has shaken her world, and the news has sent ripples through her devoted audience. What happened behind the scenes, away from the spotlight? Stay with us, as the unfolding truth will leave you stunned. Tamela Mann is far more than a gospel artist. She is a pillar of faith, a dedicated family woman, and a musical force whose songs have carried millions through moments of despair, filling churches, homes, and hearts with hope. Yet, beneath her radiant performances and unwavering smile, a deeply private struggle has come to light, revealing the immense challenges she has faced in silence. In this detailed account, we delve into the heart-wrenching news that has rocked the gospel world. We will carefully separate fact from rumor, piecing together the challenges Tamela and her family are enduring with clarity and compassion. Her journey is marked by relentless health battles, complex family pressures, financial strains, and now, a loss so profound it threatens to redefine her path. This story is raw, deeply emotional, and unflinchingly real. Prepare yourself, as the truth may reshape your perspective on Tamela Mann, the sacrifices demanded by fame, and the extraordinary strength required to balance faith, family, and a public life under constant scrutiny. To her fans, Tamela is the embodiment of resilience, taking the stage with powerful performances that radiate hope and healing. But few were aware of the private pain that nearly derailed both her career and her spirit, a burden she carried while continuing to inspire others. For years, Tamela has battled significant health challenges that have tested her physical and emotional endurance. Chronic knee pain, struggles with weight, and multiple surgeries have taken a toll on her body and spirit. In 2019, she made the bold decision to undergo double knee replacement surgery, a risky and grueling procedure, especially for someone whose life revolves around touring and performing under the public's watchful eye. The pain, however, was not new. It had been building for years, a silent adversary she faced long before the surgery. In a candid interview, Tamela once shared that simply walking onto the stage became a battle, each step accompanied by excruciating discomfort. Yet, through prayer and sheer determination, she pushed forward, driven by her commitment to her ministry. Remarkably, she kept this struggle hidden, masking her pain with the joy of her performances. "I didn't want to appear weak or let anyone down," she confessed, revealing the immense pressure to maintain an image of strength. This unspoken burden is one many gospel artists carry, but few discuss openly. For Tamela, it was not just about protecting her public persona. It was about safeguarding her calling, her purpose to uplift others through her music. Adding to her physical challenges, Tamela has faced relentless public scrutiny about her appearance. Despite her dedicated efforts to embrace a healthier lifestyle, through exercise, better eating habits, and her role as a WW, formerly Weight Watchers, ambassador, she has endured harsh criticism. Online trolls and detractors have mocked her progress, hurled cruel insults, and made unfair comparisons, often forgetting that behind the gospel icon is a woman navigating real human struggles. Yet, Tamela's health journey was never about vanity or conforming to others' expectations. It was about longevity, the desire to continue performing, to serve in her ministry, and, most importantly, to be there for her family. Sources close to her suggest that rushing back to touring too soon after her surgery may have led to complications that remain undisclosed. adding another layer of difficulty to her already challenging path. These health struggles, while painful, are only part of the story. As the heart of her family, Tamela carries an emotional weight that few fully understand. She and her husband, David Mann, are celebrated as gospel royalty, a couple whose love and partnership shine both on stage and in their appearances in Tyler Perry's productions. Their chemistry, whether in gospel performances or acting roles, has long been admired as a testament to Black love, Christian marriage, and artistic collaboration. But behind this polished image lies a far more complex reality. Tamela juggles the demands of being a wife, mother, provider, and spiritual anchor, all while navigating the pressures of fame and public expectations. As a mother of 5, including her daughter Tia, who has openly shared her battles with depression, anxiety, and self-esteem, Tamela faces the constant challenge of protecting her children while the world watches. In a rare moment of vulnerability, she once said, "People see the joy and laughter, but they don't see the tears I cry in private, or the nights I pray my children through their struggles." Her role as a mother extends beyond nurturing. It's about shielding her family from the harsh glare of public life. The Mann's empire, built on music, acting, tours, and business ventures, is both a blessing and a source of strain. Working closely with David, who has faced his own controversies and health challenges, has led to moments of tension over finances, workload, and differing visions for their family brand. In 2021, David experienced a serious health scare that was kept largely out of the public eye. During this time, Tamela barely slept, managing caregiving, tour planning, and family responsibilities while striving to remain emotionally strong for everyone. The pressures didn't end there. Strained relationships with extended family members have added to her burdens, with one particularly painful incident involving a distant relative who leaked private family disagreements to a gossip blog. This betrayal deeply wounded Tamela, who has always valued keeping family matters private. A close family friend described her role, saying, "Tamela is the foundation holding everything together. But even the strongest foundation can start to crack when the weight becomes too much." This emotional toll, being the peacemaker, the provider, and the performer, has quietly impacted Tamela's mental well-being, a struggle she has rarely addressed publicly, but one that those closest to her say she carries with grace. The gospel community was blindsided by the recent news of a devastating loss in Tamela's life, a tragedy that has pushed her to the edge. A beloved family member, someone described as a spiritual cornerstone in her life, passed away unexpectedly, plunging the Mann family into a period of intense grief. While Tamela has remained guarded about the details, her cryptic social media posts, filled with gospel verses about endurance, images heavy with sorrow, and captions laced with emotion, offered glimpses of her pain. Fans began piecing together these hints, sensing the depth of her loss. Then, during a recent gospel event, Tamela took the stage in a moment that captured hearts and went viral. Visibly emotional, with trembling hands and a voice cracking under the weight of grief, she whispered, "I almost didn't come tonight, but I had to worship through this pain." That raw, vulnerable moment spread across gospel blogs and social media, leaving fans certain of one thing: Tamela Mann was grieving deeply. Sources suggest the person she lost was not just family by blood, but a vital figure in her life, possibly a cousin who helped raise her, or a mentor who guided her in her early career. A longtime friend, speaking anonymously, shared, "This loss broke her in a way I've never seen. She's still praying, still showing up, but there's a heaviness in her spirit now." In a recent Facebook Live, Tamela addressed her fans with visible emotion, saying, "It's been so hard. I lost someone who meant the world to me. But I still believe God is faithful, even in my tears." Her words sparked thousands of responses, with fans flooding her pages with prayers, condolences, and messages of love. These reactions revealed the profound connection Tamela shares with her audience. Not as a distant celebrity, but as a sister in faith, mourning alongside them. In the wake of this loss, rumors began swirling about Tamela's future in music. Several tour dates were quietly canceled, and her social media activity slowed, prompting speculation about a possible temporary step back from performing. Industry insiders have whispered about retirement discussions, though nothing has been confirmed. Let's be clear, Tamela has not announced any plans to retire. However, those close to her say she is grappling with how much more she can carry, especially after this heartbreak. Tragically, some online voices have seized this moment to criticize her, questioning her dedication or accusing her of seeking sympathy by canceling appearances. This harsh judgment reflects the cruel reality public figures often face. Even in their darkest moments, some demand they shine. But Tamela's supporters have not stayed silent. Fans have rallied around her, flooding social media with hashtags like "We support Tamela" and "Pray for the Manns," sharing stories of how her music has carried them through their own trials. One fan wrote, "Your song, God Provides, was my lifeline during cancer treatment. We're here for you now." Another shared, "I played Take Me to the King at my sister's funeral. Your voice gave us peace. You're not alone." Tamela's legacy is not defined by awards, chart-topping singles, or accolades, but by her resilience, faith, and love. For over 3 decades, she has poured her soul into music, ministry, and motherhood, leaving an indelible mark on the gospel world and beyond. Whether through her powerful ballads like Take Me to the King or her heartfelt performances as Cora Simmons in Tyler Perry's productions, Tamela has ministered to the brokenhearted, uplifted the weary, and offered hope to those in despair. Her voice has been a beacon for those navigating their darkest hours. Now, as she walks through her own season of mourning, fans are returning that love in waves. Thousands have reached out, not just with kind words, but with personal stories of how her music helped them survive cancer, divorce, depression, and loss. One Instagram comment read, "Tamela, your music got me through my lowest days. We're praying for your strength now." Another fan shared, "Your voice was the last thing my mother heard before she passed. We're holding you up in prayer." The outpouring of support has raised bigger questions about what lies ahead for Tamela Mann. Some sources suggest she is considering a sabbatical, not a permanent exit, but a meaningful pause to grieve, heal, and reflect on her future. Industry insiders hint that this break could pave the way for a new chapter in her ministry, one focused on mentorship, healing retreats, or even a memoir chronicling her journey through pain and faith. Others speculate about a potential farewell tour, a chance to celebrate her decades-long career while gradually stepping back from the relentless demands of the spotlight. Fans have already begun using hashtags like Tamela Farewell, eager to honor her contributions while she can still feel their love. In a recent live-streamed prayer session, Tamela offered a glimpse of hope, softly saying, "Sometimes your greatest calling comes from your deepest pain." This suggests she may be preparing for a new purpose, one born from her grief, but grounded in her faith. Close sources reveal that Tamela is quietly working on a devotional series focused on navigating personal loss, emotional exhaustion, and physical setbacks while holding fast to faith. If true, this would mark a powerful evolution in her legacy, shifting from performer to spiritual guide, from entertainer to matriarch of hope. The gospel industry is watching closely, with artists like Yolanda Adams, Tasha Cobbs Leonard, and CeCe Winans offering both public and private support. There's even talk of a collaborative tribute album to celebrate Tamela's influence, with gospel legends lending their voices to honor her journey. Whether she chooses to step back, return to the stage, or embrace a new calling, one thing is certain: Tamela Mann's light will not fade. It is transforming, reshaped by the trials she has endured. Tamela Mann's story is not just a gospel narrative. It is a profoundly human one. It is about a woman who has given her life to faith, family, and music, carrying others through their storms with her voice, while now navigating one of her own. From chronic pain and surgeries to the devastating loss of a loved one, she has shown what true endurance and grace look like. She has never claimed to be perfect or invincible, only real, raw in her struggles, steadfast in her faith. This authenticity is why fans connect with her so deeply. In Tamela, they see not just a gospel icon, but a reflection of themselves, struggling, surviving, and still finding the strength to sing, even through tears. What lies ahead for Tamela Mann remains uncertain. Will she return to the stage with renewed fire? Will she take a well-earned step back to heal? Or will she pivot into a new role, driven by her grief, but anchored by grace? Whatever path she chooses, her voice will continue to echo far beyond the stage, living in the hearts of those she has touched. Her legacy, built not in moments of ease but in the fires of adversity, is unshakable. If this story has moved you, don't turn away. Share your support by leaving a comment with your prayers or a testimony of how Tamela's music has impacted your life. Spread this message to remind others that even in the darkest moments, hope endures. This is not the end of Tamela Mann's story. It is the beginning of a new chapter, written in strength, sorrow, and an unwavering spiritual purpose. We will be here, following her journey with you.